Respected friends, come what may, we will not leave the study of our Shastras. We will try our best every day. As much we do, so much the miracle will happen, called as things become convenient for the study. And then once we start wanting to do the sadhana, little bit we start doing, miracle too will happen that things fall in right place and lots of or many things will be convenient for us even doing sadhana. This is of the world that as we choose, as we decide, so it gets molded. Because the Jagat is Jada, we are Chaitana. Chaitana Yukta, we, what are we? Plan, the world has to yield to it. So, come what may, let us study our Shastras. Yoga Vaashishtha Maharamayana, Bhranti Vichara Varnanam, 41 Sarga Visa. Same name is 42 Sarga also. A very, very essential essence of Vedantic thoughts are shared by Bhagavan Shri Vasishtha ji to Rama. This all is in Leelopakhyanam, which will run for few more sargas. Let us do our Mangalacharana Shloka Sankalpa Parayanam of the new Sarga 42 and try to study, understand, accept, get convinced, do the sadhana, reach the goal. Om 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 Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Bhakti Yoga Dharma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Om ऋषिभ्यो Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyah Om Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Ramanamavaranane Om Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Om Sri Ramachandra Parabrahmane Namaha Shri Vasishthadi Rishibhyo Namaha Shri Yoga Vasishtha Maha Sankalpaha Tesham Sarvesham Krupanugrahena Upanishad Yoga Vasishtha Maharamayanokta Brahmatmaikya Bodhena Asmin Kshane Eva Moksha Kaivalya Praptyartham Sanatana Dharmasya Vishwavyapti Vishwa Adhyatmika Pragatyartham धर्म संस्थापकानां नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम श्री राम मंदिरवत् शिव कृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनर्वाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापन उपासना यज्ञयाग साधना सेवा तपस्या प्रार्थनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुविघ्न समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च तस्मात् क्षणात् आरभ्य वैदिक हैंदव संस्कृतेः धर्म मोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठा अवाप्त्यर्थम अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयाः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्री राम वशिष्ठ संवाद रूप श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण स्मृति मोक्ष प्रकरण शास्त्र से पारायणम अध्ययनम साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थम वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शन दृश्य भूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दस्याम्बरेवनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभात्यवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तमेकमजरं नित्यं विभुं शाश्वतं प्रत्यग्ब्रह्मरसायनं सुखगणं पूर्णं परं पावनं स्वात्मज्योतिरनादिमध्यनिधनं मायाविलासैर्मुहुः विश्वाधारमपास्तमायमभयं वन्दे विशुद्धं पदं ज्ञानादेवात्मनो मोक्षः न तु कर्मसमाधिभिः अज्ञातोऽसौ स्वसदृश्यं सृजत्येवेति कीर्त्यते तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहं तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्री गुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नताः स्मः पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिधीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरपि कलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये ओम श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः वसिष्ठादिऋषिभ्यो नमः श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रम तृतीय उत्पत्ति प्रकरणम लीलोपाख्याने भ्रांति विचार वर्णनं नाम द्विचत्वारिंशः सर्गः पारायणं श्री वसिष्ठ उवाच स्मॉल वन below 40 mantras let us chant ॐ यस्त्वबुद्धमतिर्मूढो रूढो न विदते पदे वज्रसारमिदं तस्य जगदस्त्य सदेव सत् यथा बालस्य वेताले मृतिपर्यन्तदुःखदः असदेव सदाकारं तथा मूढमतेर्जगतो ताप एव यथा वारि मृगाणां भ्रमकारणम् असत्यमेव सत्याभम् तथा मूढमतेर्जगत् यथा स्वप्नं मृतिर्जन्तोः असत्यासत्यरूपिणे अर्थक्रियाकरी भाति तथा मूढधियां जगत् अव्युत्पन्नस्य कनके कानके कटके यथा कटकज्ञप्तिरेवास्ति नमनागपि हेमधीः तथाज्ञस्य पुरागार नगनागेन्द्रभासुरा यं दृश्यदृगेवास्ति सत्त्वस्यां परमार्थदुःखो न त्वस्यां परमार्थदृको यथा नमसि मुक्ताली पिच्छकेशोण्ड्रकादयः असत्याः सत्यतां याता भात्येवं दुर्दृशां जगतो दीर्घस्वप्नमिदं विश्वं विद्यहन्तादिसंयुतम् अत्रान्ये स्वप्नपुरुषाः यथा सत्यास्तथा शृणु अस्ति सर्वगतं शान्तं परमार्थघनं शुचिः अचेत्य चिन्मात्रवपुः परम् आकाशमाततं तत् सर्वगं सर्वशक्ति सर्वं सर्वात्मकं स्वयं यत्र यत्र यथा उदेति तथास्ते तत्र तत्र वै तेन स्वप्नपुरे द्रष्टा यान् वेत्ति पुरवासिनः नरानिति नरा एव क्षणात् तस्य भवन्ति ते यद्द्रष्टुः चित् स्वरूपं तत् स्वप्नाकाशान्तरस्थितं स्वप्नाकाशचित्ताभं नराणाम् एति भावितं वेदितृत्वैक्यवशतः न रते वावबुध्यते आत्मन्यतश्चिद्बलेन द्वयोरप्येति सत्यता श्रीराम उवाच स्वप्नेऽपि स्वप्नपुरुषा न सत्याः स्युर्मुने यदि वद तत्को भवेद्दोषः मायामात्रशरीरिणि श्रीवसिष्ठ उवाच स्वप्नेन पुरवास्तव्या वस्तुतः सत्यरूपिणः प्रमाणमत्र शृणु मे प्रत्यक्षं नाम नेतरत् सर्गादावात्मभूर्भाति स्वप्नाभानुभवात्मकः तत्सङ्कल्पकं तत्सङ्कल्पकलं विश्वम् एवं स्वप्नाभमेव तत् एवं विश्वमिदं स्वप्नः तत्र सत्यं भवान् मम तथैव त्वं तथैवान्ये स्वप्ने स्वप्नवरा नृणां स्वप्ने नगरवास्तव्याः सत्या न स्युरिमे यदि तदिहापि तदाकारे न सत्यं मे मनागपि यथाहं तव सत्यात्मा सत्यं सर्वं भवेन्मम स्वप्नोपलम्बे संसारे मिथ्याः सिद्ध्यै प्रमेदृशि संसारे विपुले स्वप्ने यथा सत्यमहं तव यथा त्वमपि मे सत्यं सर्वं स्वप्नेष्वतिक्रमः श्रीराम उवाच स्वप्नद्रष्टरिनिर्निद्रे तद्द्रष्टुः स्वप्नबद्धनं सद्रूपत्वा तथैवास्ते ममेति भगवन्मतिः श्रीवसिष्ठ उवाच एवमेतत् तथैवान्ते सत्यत्वात् स्वप्नबद्धनं स्वप्नद्रष्टरिनिर्निद्रे अपि आकाशविशदाकृतिः एतद् आस्ताम् इदं तावत् यज्जाग्रदिव मन्यसे विद्धि तत् स्वप्नमेवान्तर्देशकालाद्यपूरकम् एवं सर्वम् इदं भाति न सत्यं सत्यवत् स्थितं रञ्जयत्यपि मिथ्यैव स्वप्नस्त्रीसुरतोपमं सर्वत्र विद्यते सर्वं देहस्यान्तर्बहिस्तथा यत्तु वेत्ति यथा संवित् तत्तथास्यैव पश्यति यत्कोशे विद्यते द्रव्यं तत् द्रष्टा लभ्यते यथा तथास्ति सर्वं चिद्व्योम्नि चेत्यते तत्त्वनेन वै अनन्तरमुवाचेदं देवी ज्ञप्तिर्विदूरथं कृत्वा बोधामृतानेकैर्विवेकाङ्कुरसुन्दरम् एतदेव मया राजन् लीलार्थमुपवर्णितं स्वस्ति तेस्तु गमिष्यावः दृष्टा दृष्टान्तदृष्टयः श्रीवसिष्ठ उवाच इति प्रोक्ते सरस्वत्या गिरामधुरवर्णया उवाच वचनं धीमान् भूमिपालो विदूरथः विदूरथ उवाच ममापि दर्शनं देवि मोघं भवति नार्थिनि महाफलप्रदायास्तु कथं तव भविष्यति अहं देहं समुत्सृज्य लोकान्तरमितो अपरं निजमायामि निजम् आयामि हे देवी स्वप्नात् स्वप्नान्तरं यथा पश्यादिशाशु मां मातः प्रपन्नं शरणागतं भक्तेव हेलावरदे महतां न विराजते यं प्रदेशमहं यामि तमेवायात्वयं मम मन्त्री कुमारी चैवेयं बालेति कुरु मे दयां श्रीसरस्वत्युवाच आगच्छ राज्यमुचितार्थविलासचारु प्राग्जन्ममण्डलपते कुरु निर्विशङ्कम् अस्माभिरर्थिजनकामनिराकृतिर्हि दृष्टा न काचन कदाचिदपीति विद्धि इत्यार्षे श्रीवासिष्ठमहारामायणे वाल्मीकीये उत्पत्तिप्रकरणे स्वप्नपुरुषसत्यत्वनिरूपणं नाम द्विचत्वारिंशतमः सर्गः स्वप्नपुरुषसत्यत्वनिरूपणं नाम द्विचत्वारिंशः सर्गः राम श्रीराम जय जय 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 राम श्रीराम शरणं मम श्रीरामायण शरणं मम श्रीवसिष्ठ शरणं मम श्रीविश्वामित्र शरणं मम श्रीव्यास श्रीवाल्मीकि शरणं मम श्रीव्यास शरणं मम श्री सरस्वती शरणं मम श्री सद्गुरु शरणं मम श्रीराम शरणं मम श्रीराम शरणं मम शरणं मम शरणं मम ॐ श्रीराम जय जय राम श्रीराम जय जय राम श्रीराम जय राम श्रीराम जय 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 जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणम लीला प्रकरणे उत्पत्ति प्रकरणे स्वप्न जगत सत्यत्व निरूपणम नाम द्वाविंशः सर्गः स्वप्न पुरुष सत्यत्व निरूपणम नाम द्विचत्वारिंशः सर्गः. Let us see. So the 42nd sarga. What is it? Sri Vaashishtha Uvach. Such beautiful shlokas, which luckily we have studied in all other Upanishads too, Prakarana Granthas also, in this very text right from the beginning. Thank God, at least while coming to the class, or by coming to the class, we are reminded about the existence of the truth, nature of the truth, reality of the truth, and desire to realize the truth. We always feel if our Rishi Parampara were not to be there, Shastras were not there, Gurus are not there to teach us, if there were no satsangas to awaken us to the presence of the reality and sadhana, we would have been lost only like animals. We are lost now also, but at least when we want, they are easily available, readily available for us to go and grab and grasp. And I really appreciate those of you who are so regularly coming to this and other classes and trying to catch, grasp the things. Wonderful friends, keep it up. So the subject is Rama will ask question, Vasishtha will answer about Sapna Purusha Adi. But before that, what is studied so far, its essence is given. It has to click to our intuitive intellect. Till it happens, our study has to continue. Our study has not been fulfilled. Right? Starting. Sri Vasishtha Uvach. Bhagavan Vasishtha ji says, Om Sri Vasishtha Paramagurave Namaha. Om Sri Vasishtha Paramagurave Namaha. Om Sri Vasishtha Paramagurave Namaha. Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Prachodanam Krutva. Sri Yoga Vasishtha Maharamayanokta. Jnana Pradhanam Pradehi. Sadhana Shaktim Pradehi. Anubhavapi Pradehi. The shloka starts here like this, the third 42nd sarga, first mantra. Yahatu abuddhamatir moodhaha rudho navitate pade vajrasaramidam tasya jagad asti asad eva satu. See, yahatu abuddhamati. The one who has not awakened in his buddhi. Abuddhamati. Mati means understanding, conviction. Abuddham is not awakened to the highest. Yaha to abuddhamatihi. Therefore, he is moodhaha. Therefore, rudo na vitate pade. Okay, that rudho na vitate pade means vitata pada, that supreme reality which is all pervading. The one whose buddhi is not rudha in it, because it is abuddhimata. He is abuddhimata. His buddhi is not awakened, and he is in the moodha sthiti, deluded sthiti. For such person of ignorance, not awakened to the absolute reality, listen carefully. Vajrasaram idam tasya jagat Asat Jagad Asti Asadeva Sat. Asat Jagat. फिर भी it is like Sat only to him. And how much Sat it is? What Sat like? Vajrasaram idam. Vajrasara means it is as strong as intact and solid as the Vajra, the diamond. Means when a diamond, if you know about it, it is so strong. It is said to be the strongest thing. It cannot be easily broken. So for that person, this entire Jagat is in that way rock solidly unbreakable and rock solidly indispensable. Both ways. Vajra example is given for both the understandings of unbreakability as well as indispensability, that it cannot be done away with. For the one who has not awakened to the self, okay, he is the one whose buddhi is still in delusion. Okay, so it is all in the buddhis ignorance deepest and acceptance strongly that this whole jagat is rock solid like Vajrasar. Obviously, the one who has awakened to him, there is nothing called as solid jagat as drashya in front, nor he himself feels himself to be the drashta. What is there is reality alone. Okay, so if we all are taking this gross world to be so solid, so reality, Om Namo Namo Namah Shivaya Brahma Vishnu Surachitaya Om Namo Namo Namah Shivaya Uma Ganesha. So, to make this point understand, three examples are given. Many other examples we know. Are you able to listen? I have a doubt. Rama Rama Sita Rama Ramachandra Pahima Rama Govinda Hare Pahimam Krishna Krishna Gopala Vasudeva. So, when our intellect, through the study of Upanishads, through deep contemplation, through the variety of yukti vichara, and also through the experiments called as sadhanas, awaken to the Sachidananda Adhisthana, because other than that is nothing real. Therefore, the rock solid Jagat, which appears to the ignorant people, will appear as pure conscious self only. Those who are not awakened, to them, Vajrasaram idam Vishwam, idam Jagat. As solid as the Vajra only, the diamond, and this world appears for that person. Now the examples. Example 1. Yatha balasya vetale mruti paryanta dukkhadaha asad eva sadakaram tatha mudhamater jagat. See, second example. Yatha, just like balasya, of a child. Vetale, which is that asat eva, unreal. फिर भी सत आकारम, It appears to be Sat. Till what time? Mruti Pariyanta Dukkadaha. You understand? Either somebody should as if kill that Vetala which is seeing and show, or this child himself out of fear. Till he dies, he'll have that fear only about that Vetala. See the typical example given here. The child will be afraid of that Vetala so much that he gets fever, he gets variety of convulsions. Finally, he just dies only out of that fear. See the typical example. In the same way, we all are children in the spirituality of knowing the self, not knowing the reality. We take the reality as this Jagat and we give reality to the Jagat. So, our giving reality to this Jagat is for the child giving reality to that Betala. Till he dies, that child doesn't give up that notion. Are we not doing the same? We are dying but not living the notion, leaving the notion that this world is real. That vision we are not developing. We are not trying it. Therefore, for us, the world alone is real. That's why the child example, child comparison is given. Child doesn't want to think, inquire, and understand that it is only a stone, it's not a Betala. He doesn't want to lift his intellect because he cannot lift. You and I, as human beings, elders, not that we cannot, we can, but we are not willing to lift our intellect. For these two understandings, that the rock solid looking Jagat is not at all real and never seeable, but only experiential. Self substratum alone is real. To this maturity, we are not awakening because we are not choosing. The child is not awakening to the stoneness so that there's no Vetala that is experienced. All fear goes away. He can't wake up himself because he is child. So the child is truly child by nature. We are all childish by choice. That we want to remain in, taking the world as rock solidly reality, and not wanting to, and do not want to realize the substrat. And the important thing is Mruti Pariyanta. Marte Damtakam Jagat ko Sati hi mante. Okay. This Mruti Paryantam is another meaning is till the self is realized, we go on taking this world as rock solid reality only. Okay. Hmm. And then this reality taken or reality given Betala, as it gives fear and dukkha to that child, so to this Jagat, to a deluded fellow, till he realizes that there is no Jagat, Brahmanam is real, till that time, to that you and I also, the dukkha and bhaya it goes on giving. तथा देवम अविज्ञाय दुःखस्यांतो भविष्यति or ashantasya kutas sukam, our morning classes, same subject. So the child taken Vetala is real, fever, shiver, then misery and died. You and I took this Vetala Sthaniya Jagat as real like the child, continuously struggling to win over it or keep it away till we die. And only one result continuously miserable and fear too. So, yatha balasya vetale mruti paryanta dukkada hasadeva sat akaram tatha mudhamatehe jagat. So, too for a deluded person, the jagat is taken as real. For a awakened one, everything in the Jagat is Brahman. And that Brahman I am. In the awakening of this knowledge is mana will be there for an aupadika vyavaharika purpose, totally amputated of, totally what do you call neutralized of its capacity to project. You know, like you just came in the evening, twilight time, whatever was seen there, you just straight away lifted. It was found to be absolutely a rope. In the very outset or first instance, you have seen the rope as rope. Will there be any fear of delusion of the snake, delusion of snake and fear thereafter? So too to the one who has awakened, whole Jagat is nothing but Brahman. Therefore, neither desire of Jagat nor wanting to get rid of the Jagat. Therefore, Jagat appears to him but doesn't create samsara. That's the beauty. But the one who has not seen the rope as rope, took it as snake, he will be afraid, he will be suffering. So too you and I take the Paramatma as the Jagat and Jagat as reality. We will be afraid of the Jagat, we will run for the Jagat, we will be disappointed by the Jagat, we are kicked also by the Jagat. All that's happening because we give reality to Jagat out of our delusion, out of ignorance. Delusion is the Jagat projection and given reality. Ignorance is not knowing the substrate. यही हम कहते जाएंगे सुनते जाएंगे जब तक एक दिन थॉट आ जाए नाउ इनफ ऑफ ऑल द आउटर रनिंग्स ऑफ मी आई विल सिट स्टेबली नाउ go inside to go beyond the Upanishads to recognize the self, which is the theme of all Upanishads, which is the theme of all Moksha Granthas, which is the theme of all the Sat Gurus. Sat teaching Guru is Sat Guru. All others are Guru, not Sat Guru. है ना? So the Bala example is given. Third one. ताप एव यथा वारी मृगाणां भ्रमकारणम् असत्यमेव सत्याभं तथा मूढमतेर्जगत् ताथ ताप एव यथा वारी ताप एव the sunlight only yatha just like vari like the water mruganam for the deers for the animals and brahmakaranam है ना they are in that delusion tapa eva you know like the deer is in that sand ridden land maybe the plants also trees whatever but इधर उधर sand है चारों तरफ Mr. Deer came then he saw water there he ran there looked water not seen then other place again water he looked he ran उधर भी नहीं इधर भी नहीं so in his brahma called as delusion taking the sand or the heat of the sand or the sunlight as the water. That is one Brahma. Second is he is doing the Brahmana from one place to other to the other to the other to the other. So 10 जगह है मानो ऐसे एक के बाद एक घूम रहा है उड़ रहा है उधर गया तो उधर पानी सोच गया नहीं है from there he saw here it appeared water he ran there also it's not there we are also running behind things and beings of the world, taking them to be the satiators of our hunger and thirst of desires. Having gone there, we are finding them to be empty and pitiless, but unfortunately, like that Mruga, something else is projected, imagined in my eyes, and imagine कि ये नहीं तो वो देगा द सुख वहां जा रहे वहां भी नहीं मिला तो और कहीं जा रहे और कहीं जा रहे in that way out of Trishna, like that Muruga running behind Muruga Trishna. We to the human beings, the Murugas running with Trishna behind the Muruga Trishna of this Jagat. It is intellectual, it is intellectually philosophical. It is not the knowledge to be said, यार ये सब लोग कहते मैं भी सुन चुका हूँ अरे पुत्र ऐसे नहीं है ये इसको लॉजिकली मेडिटेशनली रियलाइज करके ourselves should be freed from all the samsara of running around and getting disappointed. If at all something to be taken seriously in life, that's only this Atma Jnana, this Brahma Jnana, the Tattva Jnana. That everything is Tattva and that's I am already nothing other than the Tattva called as the Jagat. Jagat ever created, ever existing. Nothing. It's never there. ताप एव यथा वारि मृगाणाम भ्रम कारणम in the same way asatyameva satya abham though it is never real still appearing to be real tatha moodhamatehe for the deluded person this jagat okay essence of vedanta luckily we are studying it in Vandukya in Shvetashvatara
in Bhagavad Gita, in the Shankara Bhagavan's Granthas, here also. Only 4 5 points. Point one. Seeing the Jagat, immediately don't conclude that it is real. That much should be required as a beginning for spirituality. Don't immediately take it as real and jump into it. है ना? Which is our very, very bad habit in every aspect. Isn't it? Like any fruit you buy, सिर्फ काट के नहीं खाना चाहिए. You have to being a human being. We are not animals, no? कि कुछ भी दिया खा लेते. We being human beings, if the fruit is brought, you have to check all around it. कोई कीड़ा तो नहीं है, कोई खराबी तो नहीं है. Just like that, you can't gulp. And this thing of just gulping without checking, we do when we buy the ready-made things in the world, when it is offered in the hotel, or when we get online to our own home. We are exactly like Pashu. Without looking at, we eat. It may not be bad, it may be good. That is the thank God contribution of the fellow who made it. That is his honesty. उसको छोड़ो, वो हमारे से क्या लेना देना, हमें उससे क्या लेना देना. मैंने इसका परीक्षा की नहीं. I have to do. I can't just blindly have faith, ना. Blind faith cannot help. यदि सब्जियां खरीदते हो, ऐसे काट के नहीं डालना. बीन्स है, कुछ भी है सब्जी. You have to open it and see. Is there any उसमें कीड़ा है? 90% of us we don't do that. Out of over faith. In today's world, nothing can be fully trusted. There may be kida, there may be fungus, there may be staleness, there may be bad smell, there may be old stock. कुछ भी हो सकता है. It is in our discretion we have to check. That's a habit. Same way in spirituality, first thing is don't look at the world and take it as real. Here starts spirituality. Then steps to go into the cause of it. Through inquiry in this, your faith and Shastra will help. All those details I'll not tell now. That's the subject we are discussing in all Upanishads. When you trace to this the Karana of this Jagat, we reach to a reality which is unchanging and unmodified. Therefore, it cannot be the Karana. Because to become a Karana cause, it has to change. So when it has not changed, then it has not become Karana cause, then it is not an effect. When it is not an effect, that means it is not produced from it. Therefore, when it is not produced, it is not real. When it is not real, it should not be. Still, it is appearing. That's why it is delusion. Mithya. Don't look at the ornament and immediately grab it, thinking that it is real. That's our next sloka actually. That will come anyway. So, just going to the cause of the ornament. It's a gold. Gold was before the ornament is made. Gold is now. When the ornamentation goes away, gold alone. अगर तीनों जगह पे गोल्ड ही है, तो is there anything other than the gold called as ornament? No. Then it is not existing. But yet it is seen. That's why it is seen without existing, called as mithya or appearance. Something which is seen but not existing is mithya. Like Swapna, seen, not existing, mithya. Gandharva Pattanam, seen, not existing, mithya. All these are examples. Sunrise, seen but not existing. But it is useful for Vyavahar. है ना? The earth rotating, seen not but existing. है ना? Do you feel the earth is moving? ऐसे ही लगता है. But is it real? No, it's so speed, it is rotating, revolving. Are these not sufficient examples to start with faith and accepting what is said by the gurus from their experience standpoint that Brahman alone is reality, other than that nothing is existing, anything seen is not real. Therefore, seen but not real is called as mithya, seen but not existing. This is the Vedanta. Only 4 5 steps. See the Jagat, don't conclude it as real. Go to the cause of it. Then that cause is found to be unmodifiable, unmodifying, unchanging. Therefore, it is not the cause. Therefore, from that the Jagat has not come. Therefore, Jagat is seen but not real, therefore it is Mithya. Only one question remains, how it is seen. That is called as the Maya Shakti. Explain Maya. It cannot be. That's why it is Maya. But there is an option. You can see the reality. The moment you see the reality, the Maya with its Karya of whole Jagat goes away. Maya Maya Karyam Mahadadi Deha Paryantam Asadidam Anatmatattvam Vidhitvam Maru Marichika Kalpam. Okay, Tapa eva yatha vari mruganam brahmakaranam asatyameva satyabham tatha mudamatir jagat. Vedanta's essence is this. The whole world of names and forms have in their substratum one common thing, Sat Chit Paramatma. Clear? That Sat Chit, other than it, the whole Jagat is never there. That's why the Jagat, which is projection of Rupanama on this Sat Chit Jagat, Sat Chit Atma, goes on changing. But the existence is remaining same. Point one. Point two is that Satchita, which is a substratum of Jagat, is me only. Because if I am not Sat, then I am Asat. But I don't feel myself so. If I am not Chit, then I must be Achit, Jada, but I don't feel so. Therefore, I, beyond these Panchakoshas, am the Satuchitta, which is the substratum of the whole world, which remains all the time same. What's projected on it, called as name and form, goes on change. The famous common example, है tree existing. Be careful about it. Tree cut into logs of wood. Tree not existing, but logs of wood existing. Then the logs of wood converted into furniture's windows. Therefore, the logs of wood not existing. Windows furniture existing. Window furniture for after some time today SARGA not existing, but now it is collected as powder. Window furniture not existing, but powder existing. Powder is burnt. Powder not existing, but ash is existing. Ash merges in the akasha, but the existence continues to remain. The same thing. Tree exists. Log of wood exists. Tree furniture table exists. Then pieces of the wood exist. Pot, powder exists. Ash exists. Rupa nama itna badal gaya. But the word common using is existence, existence. In Gita said about I. I was the child. I was then adolescent. Then the youth. Then grown up youth. Then middle aged. All these are changing of the body. But the I is continuing in it or not. वेदांत का ये एसेंस को ना बार बार मनन करके पकड़ो then create a desire that pure existence and consciousness I have to realize as myself as that is the only goal indicated by Shastra. And for that, the Bahiranga sadhanas, we know Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Upasana Yoga, Antaranga sadhanas are either Drashta Bhava, Sakshi Bhava, any of them, hundreds of the sadhanas. Neti Neti, it will come in the next text. कोई भी साधना से दृष्टा दृश्य को डिसॉल्व करके दृक् स्वरूप वी हैव टू रियलाइज सो ताप एव यथावारि मृगाणाम भ्रम कारणम असत्यमेव सत्यावम तथा मूढ़मतेर जगत मूढ़मते है जगत असत्यमेव सत्या आभम फॉर ए डिल्यूटेड पर्सन दो द जगत इज असत्य appear to be satya. One more example. यथा स्वप्नमृतिर्जन्तोर असत्या सत्यरूपिणी अर्थक्रिया करी भाति तथा मूढ़धियाम जगत. See, yatha, just like swapna mrutihi. In the swapna he died. Jantoho asatya. It is unreal, but satya rupini. appears to be real. Then Artha Kriya Kari. है ना? He is dead. Then the all people around, half of them are celebrating, चला गया करके, half are miserable. अरे क्यों गया? And who is celebrating are those to whom he gave money as loan. And the others who are miserable are the ones who gave him the money as loan. And that body के चारों तरफ बैठ के रो रहे लोग. And slowly that body is taken. All these, Mruti, he feels in the dream. If he is dead, he would have not been there to see all of that, no? And then wakes up and says, यार मैं सपने में मरा था. बंदा कहते हैं जागृत में क्यों नहीं? तुम सपने में भी हमको हेल्प नहीं करता. Anyway, so that's the meaning here. यथा स्वप्न मृतिर जंतो असत्या एव सत्य रूपिणी. And अर्थक्रिया करी. अर्थक्रिया करी means that the creation of misery to all the people around. They are crying, they're miserable, all of them. Whole countries mourned when I died. ऐसा सपना आया. हो सकता है. तथा in the same way मूढ़ धियाम जगत. So too for the Muda Purushas, Jagat Satya, Jagat's modifications is Satya. Therefore, from that Sukha Dukha Prapti also Satya, appearing. Muda Buddhi Wale ko. The one who is awakened, he knows. Substratum alone is real. With Maya, all these are projected. In the projected, these things only, from the Janma up to Mrityu, with all the modifications in between and all happenings. All are Maya Krut. Like I am talking to you. It is with Chitta. Chitta is Maya. I am looking at you with the Chitta. Chitta is Maya. I listen to you with the Chitta. It's a Maya. I plan something. I do something. I go some. I eat something. These are all the upadhis with which I am doing. But before that, behind that, with the Chitta I am doing. Chitta is Maya itself. Example already given. Where are the waves? There's only water. With Maya, the water appearing as wave are taken by us as wave. Outside, the Brahman appearing like the Jagat is Maya. Inside, taking the Jagat as real called Avidya. We will not change the appearance, but we can remove our Avidya. Like the mirage water appears, you can't change it. But from the Avidya that there is a water, it is real, to the Vidya that is only the sunlight, we can get awakened to. जगत है ही नहीं, कभी सत्य है ही नहीं, उसको तुम छेड़ ही नहीं सकते. ये अपने अंदर का ज्ञान को ज्ञान से रिप्लेस करो. Then what we were seeing as Jagat earlier, other than reality, is seen as reality only. Not the reality of utility value, but the real reality. परब्रह्म तत्व ही जगत के रूप में है, ऐसा वाला मीनिंग ऑफ द वर्ड रियलिटी. Otherwise, now also we are taking the world as real, no? That is the world of Namarupa. We are suffering. So, before Jnanam, the Jagat is real. Means the Namarupa is real, you are lost it. After the Jnanam, Jagat is real means the reality only is appearing as Jagat. Only appearing as Jagat. Jagat is neither real nor reality has become something else. Wah! Click ho jaye knowledge. Mast. Then whole orientation changes. You do everything, yet you know. Padmapatra Vivambasa, nothing is done, nothing happened. Only reality is playing with Maya, these things. All the time that was happening. I didn't understand it. Once I understand, then I will enjoy the play, all that. Like this is satsang. Going on, it's a play. Ishvara Leela, that one set of equipments he made as speaker, another set of equipment made as the spoken. A Leela play is going on, yet in the pure consciousness, nothing is happening. In me there is consciousness, in my buddhi there is consciousness, in my mind there is consciousness, in my vani there is consciousness, in my sharira there is consciousness, which is a absolutely wrong sentence I made. I'll correct it later on. In the same way, the listener, you, in your ears there is consciousness, in your mind there is consciousness, in your buddhi there is consciousness only, which is unmoved, unchanged. And what is the wrong thing we said in example? In buddhi there is no consciousness, rather on the consciousness all these upadhis are projected. This is a higher reality. When you are apprehending that, everything is happening without happening. Earlier, everything is happening as if it is really happening. Things happening taken as reality is delusion. Things happening taken as the delusion is reality. Because nothing is happening with everything happening. Nothing happening in the reality with everything happening on the names and forms which are projected on the reality. If there is any change, it's in the forms and the names given to. The realities remain same. So the tree form gone, tree name gone. Log of wood form gone, log of form wood name gone. Then the window and Krishna Vasudeva chairs, the name and form came. They also go, then another name and form. But the existence, tree existed, existing, a tree exists, the wood exists, the window exists. That existence is common. That in English language, to make it easy, tree is, wood is, then the table chair is, window is, then the pieces are, and the powder is, ash is. Is continuous. Grammatically, tree is. Spiritually, is a tree. Grammatically, wood is. Spiritually, is wood. Means is common on that at one particular Deshakala, the tree projected. Next, wood projected. Next, the chair projected. Next, window projected. Next, what you call the powder projected. Then all projections rejected. The pure existence, unperceivable, always remains. Why it's not perceivable? Because it is not an object to be perceived. It is a subject to be. Even experienced word I am not using. To be, that's it. May all these seeming abstract sentences become so solidly, concretely our knowledge beyond any doubt that we really enjoy traveling inside to transcend all projected layers and realize the reality. Right? Further slokas tomorrow. Om Purnamadaha Sri Ramachandra Bhagavana Ki Jai. That's wonderful. Dhanyavad. If you want, join for Laghu Vakyavarti in Hindi.